one of the things, so I wanted to, Crow Girl, you wrote, even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. I'm still going to think about that one. I'm not sure if that's the kind of forward progress that I want, if it involves any sort of breaking of my nose or blooding on the pavement, but I get your point. Yeah. Fall forward, fall forward, fall forward. In a lot of ways, I think life is just a series of falling forward and catching yourself. It's really easy when you start getting into the what I no longer have, what I no longer have, what I no longer have, to forget how much more you have than pretty much everyone on the planet. Yeah, there's a couple people in big mansions that might have more than you, but statistically, you have more than anybody. Not that comparing yourself to others is a good tool, but when you are hurting, when things suck, when you are really in a bad place, yeah, pull out the comparison card and say, whoa, at least I have bunk. At least I have this. At least I have this. And when you start seeing yourself, then it's like, oh my goodness, I have so much. Then maybe you can be like Birkenix and share and help those that are even less fortunate than you. Someone wrote, 30% of my nest egg is gone. It's like, you have a nest egg? Sweet. Chai Guy shared some wonderful resources. He suggested watching the movie Life is Beautiful, and the more serious version of the same idea of that, which is Viktor Frankl's books. Man's Search for Meaning, I think, is one of them. Another one, Prisoners of Thoughts, Viktor Frankl's Principles for Discovering Meaning in Life and Work. Viktor Frankl was a gentleman who lived through the Holocaust. If he can live through that, we can live through some mortgage stuff. Kuthril wrote, when I was in middle school, we were asked to design bomb shelters in case the Soviets rained down nuclear warheads on the U.S. Really, I think it's almost a rite of passage to have adults generate some kind of hysteria for the generation to grok. The economy may be scary, but it isn't as scary as fashion scene circa 1985. Now that is perspective. Sweet Missy confessed that she sometimes gets caught up in the negativity. She said, my husband gets annoyed when I panic and tell him all the bad things going on in the world. I've had to take a step back and take a break from watching my favorite news channels. It just gets to be too much. Instead, I've been focusing on my family, friends, and what is good in my life. Well, sounds like that is exactly what the doctor ordered. Dharma Duff said, worrying about trends, bad news, even my laid-off neighbor won't make them better. That's a good point. Sometimes, it's easy to talk about these things. Ooh, oh yeah, stay positive. But when it gets anchored to home, when it's your neighbor, when it's your spouse, when it's you that is laid off, then it's really hard to separate yourself from the story of, oh, I'm not going to have, and then I'm not going to have, and then I'm not going to have, and then I'm going to lose. But none of those concerns affect the situation whatsoever. Scampy said, in the words of Louis C.K., as seen on Conan O'Brien, everything's amazing, nobody's happy. That is such an amazing clip. If you can search that and try to find that clip of Louis C.K. on the Conan O'Brien show, it is hilarious and genius. I suggest watching it once a month. More often than going to the dentist. I suggest watching it regularly. Like, check for lumps and then watch this video just to kind of laugh and recalibrate. It's important. Cassandra, you wrote, it's good to be well informed, but everyone should vary their sources. Blogs are wonderful for that reason. Ah, the beauty of the internet. And isn't that true?